Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Anime Zone Sensei. In this video I will show you top 10 romance ecchi anime where MC is popular. Romances come in all shapes and sizes. There are fantasy romances, romances geared towards boys, romances meant for girls, and even horror romances. This time around, we'll be discussing romance anime within an unlikely genre, ecchi. Sure, you're probably watching these series for the fan service, but there are ecchi anime that put the work into their story, and make us say oh like a little girl. Keep in mind that this is an update, so please read the original one before you continue on with this one. With all that said, let's get on to the list. Before I start the video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Let's start the video. Number 10. B-gata H-kei, Yamada's first time. B-gata H-kei. She's a gorgeous freshman who's on a mission, have sex with 100 guys before she graduates high school. Yamada schooled herself in the art of man-pleasing and is ready for some action. If only she can get through her first. Yamada chooses cherry boy Kasuda to be the first guy she sleeps with. But building up the courage to have sex has proven to be quite the obstacle. Will Yamada complete her goal? Usually when an anime has the ecchi tag, it's bound to be a harem series. B-gata H-kei is a rare breed in this case because it's an ecchi romance anime without the harem. Yamada and Kasuda's relationship progresses throughout the story from starting out as friends to dating, and it's a hilarious ride. Even though Yamada has a lot of sex knowledge, she has no clue how to handle a relationship. Kasuda, on the other hand, is trying his best to be a proper boyfriend by giving Yamada gifts, and asking her out on dates. It's a super sweet series with an odd premise, so definitely watch this anime on a group date. Number 9. Hajimete no gal, My First Girlfriend is a Gal. Junichi is a second-year high schooler and is ready for some action. Only problem is, he and his friends are total losers. The three of them fantasize about their dream girl and all the dirty things they'd love to do to her, until one of their fantasies comes true. Somehow, by making a complete fool of himself, Junichi was able to land a date with the hottest girl in school, Yamada-kun. At first, Junichi wants nothing but to get in her pants, but behind all the gal makeup, Junichi realizes that Yame is a pretty cute girl. When you first start Hajimete no gal, you expect it to be a trashy ecchi with tons of fan service. Although you do get loads of appy and panty shots, Hajimete no gal has a rather adorable lesson about treating ladies as people instead of sex objects. Yame looks like a total sex goddess, but she is actually a virgin and just wants a guy to treat her like a lady. Junichi is not that kind of guy, but over time, he notices Yame is a girl all the same and wants to get to know her better. Instead of watching this series with your brothers, why not bring a lady friend? Whoever you choose, we highly recommend watching this anime uncensored, because the giant hands that pop up to censor nipples and panty shots are very distracting. Number 8. Freezing. The world is being destroyed bit by bit thanks to the alien race known as Novas. In order to save humanity, academies are created to train students to defeat the Novas. The females, known as Pandoras, deal most of the heavy damage. The men, known as Limiters, provide support for their assigned Pandora. One of the most powerful Pandoras in the school is Satellizar L. Bridget, nicknamed the Untouchable Queen. She continues to win without the help of a limiter. But when limiter in training Kazuya Aoi enrolls, Satellizar begins to have a change of heart. Freezing has a very touching romance behind all the paper-thin clothing. Satellizar went through some very traumatic things as a child, and because of that, she refuses to have a limiter. Somehow, Kazuya was able to break through Satellizar's tough shell and became her limiter. Well, Not officially. To truly become a Pandora and Limiter pair, the two must have sex in order for their powers to be fully synced. Due to those traumatic events, Satlizer cannot bring herself to let Kazuya become her official limiter. Kazuya doesn't pry any further, and instead, helps out Satlizer the best he can. Number 7. Rosario to Vampire, Rosario plus Vampire. Bumbling idiot Zakun somehow makes it into high school. What he doesn't know is that he got accepted into a high school for monsters. At first, Yukai Academy looks like a normal high school. But that's because the first rule is to never reveal your monster form. Zakun, literally, runs into Mocha, a cute but clueless vampire who didn't know about the rule. With Zakun's human scent, he constantly attracts the attention of almost every student at the academy. But if Zakun breaks the rosary from Mocha's neck, she'll turn into her true vampire form and beat up anyone who's trying to kill him. Monster Girl anime are very popular these days, but Rosario plus Vampire came out long before the theme became a trend. The series has many classic ecchi harem tropes such as every scene having a panty shot, but Rosario plus Vampire has its cute moments as well, with the adorable romance between Zakun and Mocha. Ever since Zakun first laid eyes on Mocha, he was in love, but Mocha was only interested in his blood. After multiple instances of Zakun saving Mocha's life, and even risking his own, Mocha begins to develop feelings for him. On the flip side, the other Mocha has been in love with Zakun for a very long time, but Zakun has no interest in her. On top of that, there are several other ladies after Zakun's affection. Who will Zakun choose? Number 6. Shuffle. Rin is in quite the predicament. One moment, he's living his regular school life with his childhood friend Kt, and the next, he's the trophy for the King of Demons and the King of God's daughters. On top of that, Rin is starting to develop feelings for his best friend Asa. Will Rin be able to follow his heart? Will dating Asa get him killed by these powerful kings? And how does Kt feel about this? Warning, once you start Shuffle, you won't be seeing the sun for a few days. You'll lock yourself in your room and you won't come out until you finish this amazing anime. Shuffle is another anime that tricks you into thinking it's a basic ecchi harem series, but over time, Shuffle reveals itself to be a dark and dramatic tale. Each character Rin runs into either has some sort of tragic backstory or has a serious problem they need to face. Not just the girls, but Rin himself went through some very heartbreaking events as a child. You feel for every character, and by the time you finish the series, you'll never forget any of them. Number 5. Chobits. H-kei moves from the countryside to Tokyo and notices that everyone is using androids. Androids are like a computer but they look like humans. H-kei really wants one but doesn't have enough money. While walking back home, H-kei finds an abandoned android on the side of the road, and decides to take her in. The android seems to be broken, can't complete simple takes, and only says chi, which H-kei ends up calling her. Despite her flaws, H-kei takes care of Chi and develops a crush on her. We know the premise sounds a little strange, and maybe even uncomfortable. A human falling in love with an android? Definitely weird. If you're able to give this anime a shot, you'll find the first 12 episodes to be cute and charming. The final 12 episodes take a completely different turn and the anime becomes a dramatic soap opera. Things are revealed about side characters that you had no clue about, the relationship between H-kei and Chi gets serious, and the truth behind Kai's existence is revealed. A lot goes down in the final act, so if you're a patient person and have the time on your hands, you have to watch Chobits. Number 4. Monster Musume no Ru Nichijou, Monster Musume, Everyday Life with Monster Girls. Monsters and humans now coexist on Earth, but are not allowed to get into a relationship. As part of an exchange program, Kimihito is taking care of the beautiful Lamia, Mia. For showing such kindness to her, Mia cooks him food, cuddles with him, and calls him darling. However, Kimihito isn't just nice to Mia, but to all monsters. Soon, Kimihito's house becomes crowded with all sorts of monster girls who are all after his heart. Rosario plus Vampire had the monster girls retain their human form, but Monster Musume goes all out by actually having the girls look like monsters. You never knew you wanted to have Spider-Woman as a girlfriend until you watched this series. Monster Musume is more of a rom-com, as you see Kimihito, or Darling as he's mostly referred to as, almost dying each episode from the new monster girl he picks up. Each girl has their own quirk to them, and it's impossible to hate a single character. Number 3. Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Ikki is considered the worst mage at Hagon Academy. While moving into his dorm, he opens the door to Stella Vermilion changing and getting hurt for it. But after 3 episodes, Ikki and Stella become and couple, and the rest of the anime is about their relationship. Number 2. Yamada-kun to 7 nin no Majo, Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches. Yamada is the school bad boy who constantly skips class and doesn't do his homework. Shiraishi always has her nose in her books and rarely talks to anyone. One day, the two clash into each other and accidentally kiss. They wake up in the nurse's office to find out that they switched bodies. Are you a fan of all romances like Yoi, Yuri, and Straight? What if we told you that Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches has all of that? Let your ships run wild, because the main theme of this series is kissing. Yamada mimics another girl's power if she is a witch, but he can only copy her power if he kisses them. Yamada's friend, Yukimura, is also curious about these powers, and joins in on the kissing parade. Although everyone is kissing left and right, Shiraishi refuses to kiss anyone else but Yamada. Seeing this unlikely pair fall in love and eventually become a couple is the true highlight of this anime. Number 1. Love Hina. When he was a child, Kitahiro promised his first love that he would meet her again at Tokyo University. Sadly, Kitahiro is stupid and wasn't able to make it into the school. The only other option for him was to move in with his grandmother who owns a hotel. It's been a while since Kitahiro visited his grandmother, but upon arrival, he finds out the hotel is now an all-girls dormitory. Surrounded by beautiful babes, and getting beat up in the process, will Kitahiro be able to adjust to his new life? We end our list with a classic among classics. We probably wouldn't be getting harem anime today if it wasn't for the incredibly successful Love Hina. The premise is simple and nothing new if we compare it to modern harems, but back in 2000, Love Hina was a great break from all the mecha and crime dramas that were airing. If you're interested in seeing what basically the birth of harem anime, then you have to watch Love Hina.